What's happening, YouTube? Tonight is Friday the 13th, and this is Ernest J. 501, YouTube.com. Let me say something about all of them. How people have fallen into the misconception that black women are grossly exaggerated as a lesbian class of women that has no sense of direction, no purpose, and they're very nasty and low level for one. And they're trying to say that as a black race, black men, fathers, mothers, sisters, and brothers accept the lesbianism and the homosexualism of our people, of our race. I'm specifically speak tonight about black women and lesbians. I have to put these glasses on because I have migraines and bright lights and things of that nature hurt my eyes. First of all, black women in this country have allowed the sexualism of the European women, specifically lesbianism, to enter into their race, into their consciousness, into their sexual repertoire. For one thing, no black man in his right state of mind, I say this with emphasis, there's not one black man, black brother, black father, black uncle, black grandfather, black son that in his right mind agrees with lesbianism, dykeism with his mother, aunt, sister, child, whatever, simply for the sole reason that black men know, black fathers, black brothers, black sons, black uncles, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that lesbianism, dykes, that is directly from the mind of a sick person, a sick woman, a sick girl. And we all know that it's a mental deficiency, a mental retardation, a mental lapse of consciousness, of awareness, of godliness, God belief, the Bible, humanism, for someone to be a lesbian. We know this. Black men know this. We do not condone it in no sense of the word, and it's very disgusting. It's very foul. It's very vulgar. It speaks of a black woman who is probably, they think it's fashionable now to be lesbians. To be a lesbian is to be in the same boat as a Ted Bundy, because these lesbian women around him molesting little girls, just like homosexual men are molesting little boys. You understand what I'm saying? Birds of a feather flock together. The same sick in the mindness that Ted Bundy had, I know for a fact these lesbians, these dykes have. You understand what I'm saying? I've even heard dykes and lesbians speak about they ain't a true butch unless they'll lick a woman or fellatio on a period, menstruation. What is that? That shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that that person is functioning from a sick mind, a sick consciousness, a mental retardation, a mental lapse of sanity. It's insane. It's insanity. So we make no mistake about it, people, that black men in this country have no doubt about the insanity, the lunacy of black lesbians, black dykes, or whatever you want to phrase you want to call. You call it their sexual preference. It is not a sexual preference. It's not a sexual preference, because you cannot prefer to be sick in the head. It is something that is part of you. And a lot of these black women talking about it's fashionable now because they want it to be fashionable. They want it to be the thing now, because see, they're not just becoming creeps. A dyke is a creep. A lesbian is a creep. You can dress it up in any form you want and call it your sexual preference. You call it how you want it. We use whatever white word that the white psychologists, the Sigmund Freuds, and Dr. Drew or whoever else put them out there. You can use whatever phrase you want, but it's a sickness. And these women have always been sick. They've always been creeps. That's what they really are. Just like a child molester, or a pervert, a rapist is a creep, a lesbian is a creep. A creep is a creep. Bisexualism, you still a creep. You still mentally deranged. You still part of a race of people that cannot sit here and say that, yeah, we fighting for civil rights, just like the blacks did when they had no real civil rights in this country, and whites abused them, subject them to brutality, racism, bigotry, hanging, lynchings, public political lynchings, social lynchings, or sexual lynching. This is the same sickness, the same. I don't curse. It's the same BS as all that other stuff. There's no civil rights in dykeism, lesbianism, homosexualism. There's no civil rights in it. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Sojourner Truth, Marcus Garvey, and Nat Turner, John Brown, and I can name a million others. They never died so someone can sit, two women can sit there on administration and practice fellatio. There's no such thing as homosexual civil rights, because there's nothing civilized about it. It is insanity. It's from the mind of a cave dweller that pass it on to a black, and now the black is a black cave dweller because they participate in the same thing. There's not much difference sexually now from a black woman to a white woman. They're into the same thing. They're into the same sickness. So we stop hollering black people by, oh, the white woman is doing. There's nothing that a white woman will do sexually, mentally derangedly, sexually, pervertedly, sexually as a black woman. They'll do the same thing. They'll do the same thing. So we can stop talking about, oh, white girls do this, blacks do it too. See, we need to step up, brothers, and start facing the reality of our situation. Because many people, like George Jackson is saying, many people who are dying now that who could be saved. That is death. That is not a sexual death. That is a social death. That is a cultural death. That is an African death. That is the death of a life, of a human being. That took that human from humanism to animalism. That is a death. No matter how you flip it, is a death. There's one love, there's one peace, and there's one God. Black women, you so scandalous with your homosexual, your lesbian, filthy ways. You need two things in your life. You need Jesus and you need Christ. Jesus Christ. You need to pray. The only thing gonna stop the madness of what you're doing is God. And there's only one God. There's only one true God. There's only one living God, and that's Jesus Christ. Anybody tells you different, that, oh, I can take a pill and I can take an antidepressant and I can stop being a dyke or whatever you're going to call it, or homosexual or whatever, or lesbian or whatever, is a lie. God is the only thing can stop the insanity, the madness, the Ted Bundy-like mindset of a black lesbian female. I'm not even talking about the whites, I'm talking about the blacks. There's only one God, one love, one strength, and one power. Y'all know what it is. Peace.